Oui, en fait, c'est toute ma vie, en fait, qui m'a conduit
My
jusqu'à ça.
whole life has led me to this, really. My mother had dementia, so I wasn't right mentally.
Elle était démente.
I'm talking about strange conversations and then not trusting the outside world.
C'était vraiment des choses, des
All that
conversations.
was instilled in me, so I was extremely lonely, extremely withdrawn, very inhibited physically.
Tout ça m'a été inculqué, donc j'étais extrêmement solitaire, extrêmement
Scared to go out, scared of being seen, all the time scared, hugely shy.
bougé, peur de me montrer, peur tout le temps, timidité énorme. Et en grandissant, à
And
15 ans,
growing
j'ai
up, when I
rencontré
was 15, I met a boy and I fell crazy in love. We were
avec un
both
homme.
15, and it was just
C'était insupportable.
unbearable for me, you know? I didn't want to be
Je ne
gay.
voulais pas être homosexuel. C'est insupportable.
It's unbearable. No, I've fallen in love twice afterwards, twice again. An 18-year-old and a 22-year-old. However, I'm relieved to see that I'm capable of falling in love with boys who are out of adolescence. And despite everything, it's unbearable for me, this sexual orientation. I can't bear it. I'll never be able to bear it.
C'est insupportable pour moi, cette orientation sexuelle. Je ne supporte pas, je supporterai jamais.
Can you accept that you are homosexual?
Non, non, je n'accepte pas.
Euthanasia is an extreme choice. What has driven you to this point?
J'ai toujours pensé à la mort.
I've always thought about death. Looking back on my earliest memories, it's always been in my thoughts.
Là, je dessinais quasiment la façon dont j'allais mourir, etc.
What really comes next, how to control your own death.
De tout le temps, quoi,
It's a permanent suffering, like being a prisoner in my own body.
pouvoir bouger, ne pas pouvoir sentir une honte perpétuelle sur moi.
Not being able to go out, a constant sense of shame, feeling tired, being attracted to people you shouldn't be attracted to, as though everything were the opposite of what I would have wanted.
Comme si tout était à l'inverse de ce que j'aurais souhaité. Et puis des difficultés relationnelles
And then
énormes.
there are huge difficulties with relationships because it's hugely difficult to communicate with someone so
C'est
withdrawn.
vraiment difficile de communiquer avec. Voilà, donc moi, l'euthanasie,
I discovered that euthanasia was available for psychiatric issues 2 years ago,
j'en ai donc
so I tried to find out if it was an option for me, and here we are.
How determined are you to pursue euthanasia?
si on me propose quelque chose de radicalement différent de tout ce que j'ai connu, essayer.
If someone came up with something radically different to everything I've done, then yes, I'd try it.
Avec des psychologues que je vais pouvoir me soigner. Alors, est-ce que ça existe? J'en ai pas l'impression.
Looking after myself isn't about talking to psychologists. Does that exist? I don't think so. So, yes, if someone could give me some kind of miracle cure, why not?
Pour espérer quoi que ce soit. Donc, maintenant, il faut savoir aussi que le parcours d'euthanasie, c'est aussi
And you should also know that if the euthanasia committee denies a request for euthanasia, there's an offer of follow-up care for those who are in charge of euthanasia. So there are things to be tried, like electric shock, for example, which I haven't tried yet. There you go.
des choses qui seront essayées. On a parlé d'électrochoc, par exemple, chose que je n'ai pas encore essayée. Donc voilà.
If you pass the assessments, have you thought about the final stages of the process of euthanasia and how it will happen and how you will approach that?
C'est pas encore, ça n'a pas encore été précisé. L'endroit où
It's not clear yet where it will take place. I would like it to be done in a hospital.
Maintenant, le plus dur, c'est de l'annoncer à ma famille.
The hardest thing now is telling my family. If I get a yes, that's what's going to be the most delicate.
Le plus délicat. Et je pense surtout à mon père parce que
I'm thinking most of all of my father because we're not in touch with him anymore as a family. And it's just, that worries me. But no, the moment when they put a drip in my arm, I'm not worried about that.
où je recevrai la perfusion dans mon bras, mais je je ne suis pas inquiet par rapport à ça.
For me, it's just kind of anesthesia, except that you die. That's all I think about. I'm at peace with that. I'm much more at peace with the idea of dying like this than having to take my own life, because there are no easy solutions. So there you go.
Parce que je ne trouve pas de solution douce. Donc voilà.
It's my personal advice, but I think that it's never irreversible in psychiatry, that we have always something that could work. Time, medication, psychotherapy, something, and that we must try and keep going with that. And psychiatrists must give hope to the patient that it's never finished.